What's up, guys? It's Coach Gaglione here, and this is Gaglione Strength. I'm Coach Gaglione. If this is your first time stopping by, I've been involved with powerlifting and strength coaching for over 14 years, and I've been on a weight loss and strength journey. I guess the weight loss journey is on hold right now. I've been as heavy as 340 pounds. I'm the first and only man, to my knowledge, that squatted 800 pounds in 6 weight classes. Just did a bodybuilding show. I stepped on stage at 198 pounds, and this is my pit stop to 220. So a little bit of a clean bulk, if you will. I'm looking to squat 880 pounds at the Middle Militia World Championships on December 12th, 2020. So I'm looking to get big, put some weight back on. I'm going to talk about some do's and don'ts and some pitfalls. Also going to showcase a little bit of some of the things that I've been doing to put some size on, hold muscle, put muscle on, and just some things. I'm going to do a little shopping tour as well. We'll see how this goes. First things first, I've been utilizing a lot during my bodybuilding prep. I've been using a local company called the Give program, which is amazing. So I'm going to showcase a couple of clips of myself cooking some ground sirloin, which is a little bit higher in fat content. So I'll use that more early in a diet, and I'm going to use it in the ground sirloin, which is 90-10. Still not super fatty, but those calories do add up when you're trying to be stage ready lean, as well as the New York strip steaks, which are really good throughout, and then the salmon. And the salmon's got a lot of micronutrients in it. Another place where I'll get my seafood from is called Fish Foodies, and specifically I like them for sushi grade tuna, which is amazing. I'm a big sushi fan, as you'll see in a minute, and I love also, they also, if you freeze it, and you could also make a kind of a poke bowl with the salmon. So if I want to kind of have like a raw fish or just a little bit of a bigger shrimp, I like Fish Foodies, again, another local company where they'll deliver fresh seafood to your door. But for all my other meats, I use exclusively, mostly, I'd say 90% of the time, the Give program. I really love their turkey burgers. If I'm having a little higher fat content, like I mentioned, I'll use the ground sirloin, the New York strip, as well as they have like a chicken sausage, which is pretty good. For most of the bodybuilding prep, I would utilize something, they have a seafood box, so I utilize a lot of shrimp. Shrimp is a sleeper when it comes to just being lower in fat content, and I feel like it tastes a lot better. The Give program cod is really the only white fish that I would really have, but truthfully, I didn't have it too much. It was fine. I cooked a little coconut oil. On a higher carb day, I would mix that with rice. It's really the only cod I would eat. I really like a lot of the other cods that I've tried. The Give program cod is pretty darn good. It's a neutral flavor, so it absorbs well. I'd utilize a lot of that with our LMT. I shouldn't say our LMT, but I would utilize these LMT packets for electrolytes. Sometimes I would mix this with mustard to put on my salmon, so it's like an orange kind of glaze. This packet only has 2 carbs in the whole thing. They also have some spicy flavors, chocolate flavors, so I utilize these things a lot to kind of add some flavor. So these are great for, to make some sauces with. You can mix it with like a soy sauce or a mustard. So it packs a lot of flavor. You get some electrolytes. Excellent when you're cutting or when you're just trying to go for a big lift. I'll just put these in my water as well. So we'll include some links in the description. So in addition, mostly the original box or the poultry box would be kind of things, or the land and sea box. There's a lot of different varieties in the Give program, but the land and sea box is great because it would utilize the salmon. I try to keep salmon and whole eggs in as long as I could during the bodybuilding prep. I'm utilizing a lot more salmon because even though it is a lot of healthy fats, the fats can add up when you're in kind of the final cutting stage to be stage ready lean. So I utilize more of the Give program chicken and shrimp. And another company, if you're not local to Long Island, which is fantastic, we utilize a lot, is Piedmontese beef. They're out of Nebraska. I'd utilize like the 96 ground beef. And I also picked up a couple of steaks. But essentially, they're a lot of their products are about half the amount of fat you would normally see at like a normal supermarket in terms of like a ribeye and things like that. Their steak tips, like, if you want to get some steak, I think they're like, 2.5 grams of fat or 3.5 grams of fat for like a 4-ounce serving. So it's a great way to incorporate red meat into your diet, even if you're on a cutting phase or not. So anyway, so that's kind of a lot of my shopping is kind of done through the computer. I have a lot of subscriptions for these programs. Like the Give program, I get anywhere from 2 to 4 boxes a month. depending on what I'm using, and sometimes we'll utilize the GIVE program for barbecues and things like that, which we'll show some clips there of me cooking some, again, the chicken, the steak, the shrimp, the fish, and Sammy Chu is our kind of expert barbecuer. So we're going to be utilizing that a lot. So those are kind of like how I get my meat, which kind of covers my protein requirement and a lot of my micronutrient needs, and as well as some of my fats. So the only other thing I'll really get from the supermarket would be like kind of egg whites and whole eggs and things like that. I've been throwing in some other things like kind of like Icon Meals protein bread just to kind of switch it up a little bit, but that won't be in the plan for much longer. Just kind of more of a treat than anything else, as well as some like, different things like that. And then first form, I'll utilize that with oats a lot in the morning and some Greek yogurt. So I love this CTC flavor. Sometimes I'll throw this in with a sweet potato as well. And while it's still seasonal, I've been also having the pumpkin spice flavor, but I really like the CTC and the looped fruit. Again, it works really well. Put some berries, oats, some fruit in that's like my kind of a standard breakfast for me. And then sometimes I'll add the cinnamon flavor. It works really well with like a sweet potato as well. So I'm incorporating a little bit more white potatoes, sweet potatoes for more potassium, a little bit of like healthy fats like avocado. So I'm going to head over to BJ's and get some kind of items quickly, and then I got some errands to run, but I'm just going to kind of get some kiwi fruit, some cranberries, a lot of micronutrients in those things. I have a lot of oranges already, so I'm also going to get some carrots, which are good for like anti-estrogen and vitamin A, some peppers, really high in vitamin C, a lot of nutrients in that, some sweet peppers. I'll probably hold off on the Greek yogurt for now, because I'm not going to be able to refrigerate it, but so a lot of this stuff is very heavily influenced on the vertical diet. So a lot of my I'm going to kind of cover my bases with a lot of red meat, eggs, steak. I will throw in some chicken there, because I'm trying to be mindful of doing this, not having my fats too high. I could put on weight very easily, as you could probably see. I will be utilizing rice and oats and potatoes and sweet potatoes for my carb sources. I'm throwing in some kind of lavish breads and things like that. Again, just to get some fiber and just kind of incorporating some new foods in the diet. Those will not be in long term. And that's basically it. That's kind of what it's looking like. So I'm going to take some videos of just like how I shop. I typically shop more on the perimeter. I'll also take some video if you're not going to utilize some of these programs. We hope you do. And it does support our gym if you kind of utilize the links in the description, like for the GIVE program and for the First Form products. We will get kind of a kickback for that, and it does help support this channel. But if you're just going to kind of go shopping for yourself, BJ's or Costco is a great option. They've got a lot of great meats, and they can be very helpful as well. So we're going to do a little shopping with Coach Gags. Okay, so most of my shopping is done behind the computer, so essentially it's done. A lot of it's set it and forget it, which I think is important. But some of the little things, some like the fruits, the veggies, some of the more fresh produce, I'll get it just like at BJ's. You can get it at your local supermarket. So we're going to do a little shopping tour. We'll also throw some clips in here of just me kind of meal prepping and cooking, but I wanted to kind of showcase the food a little bit. A lot of my carbohydrates are still going to be around my training time. Sundays and Thursdays are going to be my priority workouts. Sundays specifically because my main goal is to squat 880 pounds, so my highest carb and highest calorie day will be Sunday, and if I do have like a cheat or a treat meal, it'll also be on a Sunday. So part of training is the food, and that's one thing I learned this year, specifically the bodybuilding prep. I really wish I learned this, so I want to kind of showcase a little bit of like what I'm eating as well, not just the training. So let's check it out. These are really good just to know exactly what you're getting. Obviously, making your own rice is better, but if you want to save some time, I think carbs is the way to go. Prep your meat, save your time on your pre-packaged carbohydrate source, bringing that quick energy. This would be great for like a high carb day. The carbohydrate source, you get sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. I really like this little potato company, especially when you're cutting. Since they're so small, you could really kind of manage the carbs and stuff, and you could not have to kind of throw away part of the potatoes. So these little potatoes are great. You can just microwave them. I really like to mix these with the eggs. My favorite fruits, obviously fruits good for the liver and all that stuff. You can see these kiwis have a ton loaded with potassium, which really helps with muscle contraction, which is known in cramping. a lot of people are lacking them. So especially if maybe you're not having a lot of spinach, these or potatoes, these cuties can be a great option as well. Get the potassium up. So that's going to conclude our shopping tour. I already have all my meat, so I got my yogurt, potatoes, peppers, some cranberries, some hot sauce. Just stocking up on a couple of things. Most of my stuff's coming from the Give program, First Form, and Piedmontese. You can check out the links in the description. Thank you guys for watching. This is our Pit Stop to 220 series, and I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe, share, you know the deal. And I'll see you next time. Stay strong, and I'll see you soon.